Namaskar, good evening, salam. I welcome all of you to yet another episode of Education Adda with Pratik. You have been very consistent in terms of your support, and we are encouraged every day. The constant positive feedback that we are receiving that encourage us to invite a very special guest from our beloved neighbor, Bangladesh. And today it's a very special day. So we are celebrating our anniversary with this very special guest. It's the birthday of India Educates. So without wasting much of time, let us introduce her. Our very special guest in this episode of the Education Adda with Pratik is the world famous fashion icon from Bangladesh, India's favorite, Bengal's beloved Bibi Russell. She was born in 1950 in Chattogram, Bangladesh. She grew up in Dhaka, studying in Kamrunnisa Government High School and later College of Home Economics. She earned a graduate degree in fashion from London College of Fashion in 1975. In the next 5 years, she worked as an international model for different magazines, including Vogue, Cosmopolitan, and Harper's Bazaar. She also worked as a fashion model in various fashion shows until 1994, working with most of the leading international fashion designers. Returning to Bangladesh in 1994, Bibi Russell opened a fashion house named Bibi Productions, which fused indigenous Bengali cultural elements into her design. With UNESCO support, Bibi Russell organized her first European fashion show, a pioneering event by a South Asian lady in Paris in 1996. She also organized fashion show The Colors of Bangladesh in Spain in 1997. In 2016, she participated in India Runway Week 7th edition, where she presented her latest collection on Rajasthan Khadi. Bibi's collection was celebrated by the Indian fashion industry. She won Bangladesh National Film Award for Moner Manush for Best Costume Design in 2009, and eventually she acted in that film too. Other than this, she has many prestigious international and national awards to her credit. Let's welcome Bibi Russell, our favorite Bibi Apu, BBB. Bibi Apu, welcome.
Thank you, salam, namaskar, and happy anniversary. It's an important day now for you. So
Thank you
we will
so much.
celebrate by talking. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Apu, you are looking stunning as usual.
Thank you. This is my normal look, Okay. So how are you, Pratik? You are
I am
okay?
good. I am good seeing you after, uh, I guess, 3 years, more than 3 years.
I know.
And I have very vivid memory of 7th March 2018 because I was in touch with you through Facebook for a long time. And when you came to India, I went to Bangladesh. And
Yeah. Cross each
when
other.
I came to India, you went back to Bangladesh. So one fine morning, probably it was 6th of March 2018, I received one WhatsApp message. Pratik, I'm in Kolkata and tomorrow there is this launch of Bengali in Kolkata. Why don't you come over?
Oh, you have seen Bengali. That's one of my a program which
So,
is
so
very
that
close to
that
my
was the day
heart.
when we first met, and
Yes,
after
yes.
that, again, when I went to Bangladesh, you are here in probably Rajasthan or somewhere else. So, Bibi Apu, we will start asking you one question.
Okay.
Today, you have to tell us the secret of your energy.
Secret of my energy. I
I'll
think
tell you
that
why, because I remember I went there, I saw that the stage was getting prepared, and all these weavers were there, and this one you know tall lady, totally erect, is absolutely in command, controlling everything. And I was wondering, this lady is nearing 70 that time, and
no, not yet.
she
Yes,
is
but
so
doesn't matter.
energetic.
I don't. When people say I'm that, I'm old. That I don't think. I think that still now I'm working more than when I was maybe in 16, 17. Y- Go on. You ask me question, I will answer you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's start with your journey. Like, we have.
Before you ask me question, can I tell you something?
Yeah,
One
please.
of the reason I said yes to your program. You see that education and health is backbone of any country. Me being a designer, a creative person, long run, I want education and health. And two of my recognition, which is very close to my heart, is one is our national recognition, Begum Rokeya, who was the Pratik for the education. That was for education and health. Through my work, I'm giving the craftspeople educate. They are more educated now, and health is
Right.
the one I care about it. And another one, which is I never even my wildest dream I thought I will get it, which is Bangla Academy Fellow, which is absolutely related to education and culture and all this. So these are very important. I think that that's why I said yes, because your work is related to education. It's so important. People think that people like us don't have any contribution towards education. Of course, I take care. I take care of my people so they are educated. So next generation of craft people will be educated and they will have better health. Okay,
Wonderful,
go on.
wonderful.
Question.
Yeah. So our first section is called Topic Pe Charcha, and
Okay.
our first section, as we said, Topic Pe Charcha. Our topic is journey of a
Yes, I
fashion icon.
understand Hindi. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes. All right. So, Apu, how did your journey begin? Like, what made you decide to take up fashion back then in 70s? And was it a very easy
I
decision?
want yes, I want to tell you everyone's growing up is very important their own home education. I'm so fortunate and lucky to have a family which taught us think. My 2 feet are in the ground because my education at home. My mother is from Dhaka, my father is from North, coming from a very well known family. My mother is middle class, educated family. And I was born in Chattogram, Chittagong, but I was brought up in Dhaka, old Dhaka. Old Dhaka that time was everyone was there in old Dhaka. So I went, my parents, mother and father, make sure we go to a Bangla medium school. But we had one subject, English, which is good. Education quality that time was so good. See, we learn dance, we learn music, we learn everything. It's not like mother is going, parents are taking you to the school and thing. So it's so important values, education, culture, heritage, respect. I learned that at home. My parents taught me. So, in my house that time, we used to live in a big house, so people used to come, like fruits and vegetable and all this. They used to come at home and sell, that time. And I used to see them wearing beautiful lungis, saris, gamchas. So I used to tell my parents, I have all this color pencil, everything, and they can do better combination, color combination. So you see that actually, it's so important. Your program is education program. I want to tell everyone should have a dream. I had a dream since my childhood, which these people made me have this dream. I could see the sparkle in their eyes. I could see the smile. So, as I told you, I grew up in a family, known family. We stood three sisters going to the same school. My other two sisters, one is older than me, one is younger than me, was a brilliant. My elder sister wanted to be a doctor when she was 7 years old. Now she's a doctor in London. Other one is also brilliant. Uh, you know, she went to Paris, studied international relation. Fantastic. But I didn't want it to fail. I wanted to pass. But I had such a wonderful teachers. Gurus are very important. They knew I was like, want to do this, that. Didn't want to do very good at school because I know my parents will let me study what I want. But in case I become first or first division, they will make me be a doctor, engineer, or all these things. I didn't want it to. We had art university, Charukala, but I didn't want it to be in Charukala. But I want to tell you another thing. You see, you come to Bangladesh, I grew up seeing, we are talking about Charukala, Janal Abidin Bhai, Kamrul Hassan Bhai, Sultan Bhai, all the artists. I grew up seeing all the writers. I grew up listening, seeing Abbasuddin Bhai, Abdul Alim Bhai, Horolal, all the things. Our house was the hub for culture, Then politician say Bangabandhu, Maulana Bhashani, all of them I saw. So can you imagine? My childhood was so full of culture, of Bengali and things. That doesn't mean we didn't know English. As much we know Ustad Alauddin Khan, Bismillah Khan, our musician Ravi Shankar. My parents used to play Beethoven, Vivaldi, and all this. We used to have Shakespeare and all, Tagore, Nazrul, Jibanando Das. But that dream I had, So when you finish college, school, and you want to learn, my father bought me a book of Chanel, and I used to do things when I was little because I was very fussy. My father bought me a machine when I was 10 years old. But I understood there is a grammar. But I could draw. I could do very good art. I know all the artists, but I didn't want it to do art, fine art. With all the respect, I'm a great, great admirer of fine art. But then sometimes later, I got a prospector of London College of Fashion. I wanted to study there without having A-level, O-level in art or fashion, but I wanted to go there. But it's so important that you have a dream. You go for your dream. So you ask me a question, when we start, then I say, I interrupted, why I am so much energy, full of energy. I still work. We are pandemic time. Now we are locked down. I get up very early. I work still minimum 16 to 18 hours, but I'm doing something which is close to my heart, my dream. I mean, I cannot explain to you the satisfaction having your dream come true. But who made my
Amazing.
dream come true is the village
Amazing.
people. That's not only in Bangladesh. I worked many years in India. They are very close to my heart. Uzbekistan, all these crafts people. But
Right.
now I'm trying to make their dream come true, which is very difficult.
Great. Now, Apu, what I wanted to understand that, this was not very conventional career decision at that time, because even, today, when we talk about careers, um, Bengalis, middle class family, they still think about, their child would be either a doctor or an engineer,
Yes, yes, I
though there are
know.
so many career options. I mean, I am a great, I love to do advocacy for other career options. And I always tell our students that, fine, there is life beyond them. So at that time in 70s, when probably, the fashion scene in Bangladesh, being a very young country, was not that vibrant, but this was a huge decision to go for
But you
a very
see that I
unconventional career
told you,
option.
my growing up, I had a vision. You tell me, every country, I know they need doctors, engineer, intellectual, politician. I think they need people like me who does what is fashion. The whole thing is like people have different description. For fashion, for me, is a culture. You know, Pratik, you sometimes for official work and everything, you have to wear suit, tie, and jacket. You have to wear. We are in 21st century. You have to
Yeah.
wear it. Okay? But people will not say, Pratik, she's wearing a European clothes or, modern clothes. He's English or French or American. You have that touch of ethnic. That is why you can see the culture with your whatever you are, because that. Why it's necessity, Pratik? I travel. I'm stuck for last 1.5 years. This is the first time in my life I'm stuck in one place. Never in my life. But when we go at home, from home to office, or go to for a shopping, could we go naked? No. We need a piece of cloth to cover our pride. If I have 5 rupees, I buy it for 5 rupees. You are much better, well off than me. You can buy it for 100. Someone buy it for 1,000. That's why I say that's necessity. When we were little, we were told food, clothing, and shelter. For me, that is number one. I can stay when I'm in village sometimes. Say, when I was in Rajasthan working in Jaisalmer, 60 degrees, so hot. Okay, I only drink and have some dahi, yogurt, but I could not go out of clothes, piece of cloth. That is I'm doing, and I'm so lucky that I thought about fashion for development, which happened in 1996 at UNESCO headquarters, supported by Mr. Federico Mayor, who first person believed on me, that fashion could make social economical development, give so much employment, and supported by Queen of Spain. So India also taken fashion for development. That's in UNESCO UN goal, one of the thing. It's
We will
so
talk
important.
separately about it in detail, Apu. We are just going step by step. So
Okay,
we started with your how, you chose
go on,
fashion
go on.
as your career option.
Yes,
Now,
yes, I see fashion from a very young age. I told you, I saw village people who made me have the dream. I could understand that, you will never see, never hear me talking the village people, poor people. I say village people. Can you imagine? Like, when I was young, I want to tell you this because it's education. I was very tall. I went to learn dancing. But I was like that much taller than all the girls. People used to say she's so tall, she's black, she's this. It it makes you, it hurt you. Why we say poor people? Today you are giving me, having my interview. Pratik, it's not for my face. I don't do modeling, nothing. You are for my work. Behind me, you are supporting all the craftspeople of the world. Without them, I am nothing. So why do you call them poor? They really have magic in their fingers. You have to give them confidence. Don't take away human dignity. God, and you are sitting in India. Every state has some magic. Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah,
Next
so
story.
many cultures. Yes. Now, Apu, you went to London to study fashion, and
Yes.
then you did some serious modeling. You worked with all the top magazines and the top, fashion designers. So, what led to modeling from
Uh,
studying fashion?
Okay, I went to a very good college, London College of Fashion. We have a graduation show, exam, which part of it, your best work are shown, and all the people come, like best photographer, designer, all the people. So my teacher, I was talking to him other day. He's still alive and he has so much belief. I want to tell you another thing. When I was in Bangladesh, I was being told, except my family, my parents, my sisters, everyone thought I am the most ugliest thing in the whole world. People used to say, oh, who's going to marry her and this? Except my parents, my sisters, they used to tell me, oh, don't get upset. They don't look at your eyes. They don't understand. So it didn't bother me because at home, no one told me she's ugly this. When I went to Europe, London, oh God, people used to say, here come the sunshine. They used to think I am end of the world. So when I did the graduation exam show, my design teacher said, could you wear your first outfit or last outfit? I said, no, I don't do it, because we had professional model. So he convinced me. I did, and there was best agent, best everyone. Next day, the college called me and said, could you imagine Lorraine Ashton, one of the top agent, and Barbara Daly was the makeup artist with John Frieda, the hair, and Eric Bowman, the most very famous. They want you 14 pages of Harper's Bazaar. I said, no, I don't want to do it because bad enough, you know. They convinced me this. They said college taught you basic grammar. I know in modeling, we know in modeling you will go far. So you will learn different technique from different country, but keep your mouth shut. Don't always say, I'm a designer, I did very well at college. So actually, modeling made me mature. Could you imagine any other job? I could see the whole world. And the priceless thing is the media who made me Bibi during my modeling time. They gave me a priceless support. My first show in 1996 at UNESCO headquarters in Paris, 29 channels showed it directly. There were so many mistakes. Could you imagine that? What support I had till today from media, thanks to Indian media too. They give me a priceless support. So that's what I did modeling. Modeling was never on my dream, but I'm glad I did it, you know, because it's a profession I learned, and most of it today, BB production is my self-funded. Whatever I earn, I could give it to my dream work.
Wonderful. Now, uh, I am also curious about your this part of the journey, being a fashion model. Now, uh, coming from this part of the world, which is slightly conservative in nature. So now we are talking about 70s. So when
Yes.
you started all this, what was the initial reaction
Sorry,
from
I'm
your
drinking
friends,
coffee.
relatives?
But Pratik, I have never done modeling in Bangladesh because Bengali standard, I'm the most ugliest thing, except very creative, someone could see something. So I did always, but that um I had such a wonderful, I would never do anything which will make my people feel bad. Modeling is a very, very important part of performing art. I mean, can you imagine? You cannot have uh, you cannot have any product, any designers, anything. You need a model. It's a very, very important part. I'm very glad I did, but today I feel, oh, all these things happening in modeling world. But you see that today. Think about the recognition I have, awards I have, highest from Spain, highest from there. But if you see, only one work I did is modeling. Do you think it disgraced Bangladesh or anywhere in the world?
No
Why
way.
doesn't modeling give you opportunity to learn language, to learn culture, to know many things? It's a very important profession, but you have to know, you know, what you want to do, what is your, you have to be focused.
Such
No more
amazing
question of
insights,
modeling.
Apu.
Ask me question about my work now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we will talk only about your work. That was
Yes,
just a
absolutely.
portion of your career, so we covered it as well. Because here you gave a very important insight for all our viewers and our students, of course, that the external beauty is something uh, of not that importance. What matters the most is the skill, is the zeal to work, to be creative. And I guess we are very happy to have one such guest who has shown the world that how a person could be so creative and engage so many people with her works. That's the fashion for development. I think that is one thing that drew me towards Bibi Apu when I started knowing more about that phase of her life, which is fascinating. And we are going to talk about that. But before that, what we have to do, because there are so many comments, let me read few of them because
Okay,
we have
please,
so
please.
many viewers. So many comments. Let me see how many of them we can read now. Okay, we have to read the first comment definitely. That is Amrita Chattopadhyay says, nice. Then we have, this would be, I guess, Saleh Robi John, Farzana Malik. Okay, probably copied somebody. Okay, Shilpi Bishash says, nice. Then we have Muhammad Sheikh Farouk. Salam Bangladesher Gorbo Bibi Russell Apu. You good? Okay. Amolendu Bosch from Kolkata says, good evening, nice discussion. Then there is Mashroof Sarfaraz Nawaz Khan. Nizamuddin says, Assalamu alaikum, Bibi Russell Apur jonno bhalobasha o doa. Then there is Devjani Boshu says, good evening, খুব ভালো লাগছে শুনতে. Then we have Mishtu Sarkar says, বাংলার গর্ব, বিবি ম্যামকে আমার প্রণাম. Then there is Sohel Anwar Apu, Assalamu alaikum, love and respect. Then we have Oshmita Lahiri says, so nicely explained, ma'am. We have অমৃতা চট্টোপাধ্যায়, খুব সুন্দর এক আকাশ, শুভেচ্ছা রইল. Then we have Mishtu Sarkar says, বাঙালির গামছা যে কোনো ফ্যাশনেবল হতে পারে তা আপনি প্রথম দেখান, বাকি কাজ তো আছেই আপনার। আহ, একদম ঠিক, মানে আজকে আই আই থট দ্যাট number one, it's a very special episode
You
for me,
look
very
very
close
good.
to my
You
heart,
look very
as
good.
it is birthday of
It's
India
an honor,
Educates.
honor, honor.
And on top of that, when Bibi Apu is on our show, on my show, I thought I have to uh, wrap around this gamcha on my around my neck. So
That's
before
what you
starting the
wore,
show,
Gamcha. Can I tell? It's a tribute to all the Gamcha weavers all over the world.
of
Credit
course,
goes
of
to them.
course, of course. So
Pratik,
before starting the show,
can I say to you one thing, because I know it's very important, because education is very. I told you, if you think of me, I'm graduate from fashion designing from London College of Fashion, though I am a fellow from London Art Universities and many. But can you imagine someone like me go to World Economic Forum and 3 sessions? People are doing, economic students are doing PhD in fashion for development. So I want to tell the young designer, please, of course you can make money. I made money being a model, also the model, but you have to think what you want to do afterward. No work, every work, I respect everyone, even the sweeper, they do the sweep. You have to respect. We are living in 21st century. Don't you think we become so inhuman? What are doing, throwing things. We didn't care. In the village people, we always say poor people. Okay, they're not poor. But you don't have to tell all the time. Give them some respect and you see what magic they do.
amazing, amazing. I guess I when I planned the interaction, never knew that Bibi Apu would get so much deep into the philosophy of education,
Very
because
important.
she is an entrepreneur. She does some amazing job for Fashion for Development, which we are now going to talk about. But while sharing that experience, the kind of wisdom, the kind of philosophy that she has shared so far, that has been amazing. So now we talk about your Fashion for Development.
Okay, before you start, can I just say something very important? I want to tell you, if you think about financially successful, I'm not even first step on the ladder. But if I really wanted to be just to make money, how many people Asian, they are made by the European? I'm one of them. I didn't have no problem for finance, no problem of anything, because best years of my life, I grew up, went to college, I did my work in London, I got married in London, I have my kids, everything. So I didn't come back. I didn't come back here just to make money. There is someone who has to show a way that fashion could be very important for development, because none of us could go out without it. So please, this is my choice. Only to do business, I wouldn't come back, because it's much more scope for me here, because much more different. But could you imagine how many people think about in India, when areas I work, they love me, the craftspeople, as much they love me, love here. They feel I am there as much here people feel. So how many people have that mental satisfaction, which I have? That's why I'm always energetic. Thank you. Go on.
Amazing, amazing. I guess that's the beauty, and the very reason that Apu, you are so much wanted in Bangladesh, loved in Bangladesh, and so you are in this part of the world.
Oh, yes, of
Across the
course, of
border.
course.
So I mean, you are everyone's BBD, as I introduced in the very beginning of the show, and another very interesting, fascinating thing, is this. I'll show you something.
Okay.
That's the
Oh, rickshaw.
rickshaw. So I mean, what uh, got you to introduce this fascinating rickshaw
Okay.
art
So
in
it's
your
part of
fashion?
our life. No, I used to when I used to because my parents always stayed in Bangladesh. Of course, they used to come and visit us, but I could afford to come long weekend, and I used to go the rickshaw artists, and I used to tell them what a fantastic artist you are. But they are like weavers. Generation learn this. They are not educated. They used to love me that I tell them, and I knew for any country's development. I know. Look at in Kolkata main street, there is no rickshaw. I know Dhaka also go away. Because for development we are living in 20. I used to be amazed. Can you imagine? They do my glasses and think, if I want to draw a line, I take a paper and pencil and draw. They could do all this. So I knew that I would do my accessories, my things with rickshaw art. For my tribute to rickshaw artists, they are excellent artists. I mean, genius. One of my
They
bestseller
are.
after Kamcha.
Okay, Bibi Apu, now I have a question which is slightly personal for me, personal
Okay.
inquiry, and that could be probably helpful for a lot of other people also. Today I was, going through my Facebook timeline,
Mm.
and I figured out that the famous Indian actress, Bollywood actress Pooja Batra, uh, you know. Uh, uh,
Wearing my
displaying
glasses.
your rickshaw art glasses, and
Okay.
my daughter, who is now almost 10 years, she
Wow.
wanted a glass for herself. Will we get anything of her size?
Yes, I tell you, Pooja Batra, I know her, but my things in India, out of the modeling and things, because I used to know Shomitra Da, Naunika is one of my best friend, the model I love. She's selling it. Actually, Pooja got it from Naunika. So I will give you Naunika's number, get in touch. She will give. And that's so nice. Now that picture.
Oh
That's
yes,
the
of
Puja.
course. I mean, they
Puja
look
could wear
amazing.
any famous sunglasses. She gave that support to the craftspeople. Yeah, lovely
Yeah,
pictures. Thank you.
of course. And I get in. I understand that you have touched lives of some 35,000 weavers and probably beyond in uh,
Please
doing this
don't
project.
say that. You will never hear me saying them the numbers, because I tell you, I was in a live show in BBC or something. They're saying thousands, but even if you say 100,000 is not one person. So, why these numbers come? I got some very important recognition, the Spanish one. So, when they give that, they have to come and see things. So, when you go to villages of Bangladesh with me, every other person will say, oh, she's ours, she's work and thing. But I haven't, yes, gave lot of people, but I would not say number. The day I cross first step, I will tell you. Even you go to Rajasthan, Bikaner, Barmer, all the people will say, Bibi, we work for. But to make us sustainable, I don't do anything which is not sustainable. I don't work with the craftspeople and then I leave him and go another one. You have to include one after another. There is sustainability, there is development. Without that, I don't work.
I think that's the best way to take it forward,
Absolutely.
because it has to be sustainable, right? And I think that's the beauty of your fashion, because you fuse this indigenous elements into your fashion, and that is, in other way, you are supporting the weavers, the local craftsmen, and that's fashion for development. That is an amazing journey, undoubtedly.
Another thing, Pratik, which is very important, like, like when you read Tagore or Nazrul or Jibananda Das, even you close the name, you will know that is Rabindranath Tagore, that is Nazrul Islam, that is Jibananda Das. Or you see a film, Satyajit Roy, um, Ritik Da, Mrinal Da, but any. Everyone should have their handwriting with a designer too. Thank God I studied abroad. Can you imagine? I know all this designer, Armani, Versace, all this. I could come back and copy, but I learned with copy, you don't revive things. I learned that whatever I have my talent. Okay, okay. Not everyone will like it, but you can recognize my style, which is very important. Everyone singer. Can you imagine when you hear Abbasuddin Bhai or Abdul Alim Bhai? There is a different S.D. Burman or Hemanto Mukhopadhyay. We should have our handwriting. That is so important. Fashion has a
And
glamour.
for this very signature of Bibi Apu, I think on behalf of all our viewers and all the weavers,
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I
so
need all your prayers. I was very sick. Just 2 days ago, I was overworked, worried. Every morning I have telephone call from Rajasthan, Uzbekistan. All the crafts people are going. I just tell them, I don't know magic. Just wait, just wait, just wait. So I was very sick. I just got better 2 days ago. Please pray for
great.
me. Please.
Always.
Thank
Dua
you.
for you, prarthana for you, and lots of love from India. Okay, Apu, tell us another thing, Apu, that there are a lot of people, they would love to wear designer clothes, but many of them find it to be very expensive. Now, uh, definitely there could be an element of exclusivity that makes it expensive, but can you give a suggestion that because you have been into this industry for such a long time, how to make these designer clothes uh, more affordable?
uh, every designer, because the doctor wouldn't discuss with another doctor. I can talk about me as a designer. I know I came back to Bangladesh. Why I came back, when I go to India, why I go to India, how I do my deal. Most of the state I'm invited as a state guest, but I have never asked money as a consultancy fee. But I make sure they put that money so I can do research. Okay. So I realize who are your target, which age group. Young generation go different places. So I make absolutely ready to wear. Absolutely ready to wear. I make fashion for everyone. Depend how much money. But so many people are doing very expensive things. I do ready to wear because that's the market. There was one time you will see Armani, Versace, Valentino were doing high fashion. Everyone is now doing ready to wear. When they want to buy something very exquisite, wedding and things, they go. But I really make ready to wear, which is affordable. Absolutely, I believe that. Absolutely. And yes, because
Okay, okay, Apu, beside very successful business person and professional,
not
you are an
successful
affectionate.
business person, success, I don't know. Pratik, if you tell a creative person, if I think I'm very successful, that's a downfall. Because every work you do improvement, like when you write, it goes editing and things. So I learn my mistake each time.
Great. I mean, I think that is again a lesson for today. There are lot of, as usual. I mean,
Yes.
We always say that, Education Adda with Pratik is all about a lot of new learning, wisdoms, and we are consistently doing it. It's a very young show, but luckily we could get our guests who are full of them, and Bibi Apu, as usual, no exception. So today we have lot of learning from the entire show,
No,
and
another
yeah.
thing, Pratik, maybe financially not, but I don't put my hand to anyone. I am surviving even the pandemic time. But my biggest strength is I'm not a politician, not a this, not film star, a celebrity. I'm loved by the people. That is my biggest strength. I mean, could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? You go to the village with me. I'm alone. Bangladesh, my sons are away, my sisters are away, my parents passed away. They know what I want to eat, what I know, the love I get from them. How many people have that? So that is my biggest strength.
Wonderful. Now, Apu, what is the role that you love the most?
Ah,
An entrepreneur, mother, mother-in-law, and a grandmother of four wonderful grandchildren.
that is part of my life. What I love more is what I'm doing. That is nothing in the world can take me away. It's very difficult to learn. With all my recognition, UNESCO goodwill, I could make project and ask for money. I can get it. But we live in a country, with all the respect, India, Bangladesh, full of NGOs. They are doing excellent work. I don't want to. If I want to understand the village people and crafts people. If I make something, I will not say it's not for profit because they need to have a profit. You understand? Not 100%, 200, something to survive. So, so it's very important for me to make them understand this. And you know, I think this pandemic time, it taught me a lot. If you would have asked me 3 years ago, we do a webinar meeting, I will say I have no time. Absolutely no time. I'm jumping one village to another. Could you imagine? Since I think maybe 12 years old, I have never stayed in one place, house, for so many years. I have learned that is important for you, where you are teaching. I have learned to be digital. I'm reading, I'm doing new things. When I come after this, all these things, hundreds of new things I'm not wasting my time. I'm polishing my talent. I'm doing this, that, all these things. And could you imagine, in my age, I wanted to be, which is 12 years old, could have done better than me. I have learning. So there is no age that you learn. I have learned to be.
Even that's a huge lesson for
Absolutely.
our viewers, that there is no stop of learning. Apu at this age is also learning, and she is absolutely trying to keep pace with the time. That is brilliant.
Can I
And
interrupt
Apu,
you? I still think I'm 25 because I have that energy. If you walk with me, I will beat you. I don't go to the gym. I don't do, but I do all my work by myself. I'm so busy that, end of the day, I go to bed very late. Get up very early. That's very important. And then your satisfaction that you are doing something which was the only dream you have.
wonderful. I mean, Apu, probably we needed two episodes to cover your
It's
journey.
okay. I'm
Now,
enjoying. I'm enjoying. Thank
oh,
you.
lovely, great. Then, Apu, my next question: uh, Do you see more opportunity for men? Uh, to be more fashionable?
Men, to, I think, I think, these are the thing in our block mind. I think fashionable can be anyone, even a rickshaw puller. I want to tell you, when we have Eid or Pujo and thing, because my office is in Motichil. You've been to Dhaka, you know that's a
Yeah, yeah,
commercial area, just the
yeah, yeah.
border of old Dhaka and thing. But there's rickshaw puller.
Right.
When it's the Eid and thing, they say, Appa, I mean, you will think everyone knows me, even the beggar in Motichil. They say, Appa, we want to have a shirt by you. You know, I know how much they can afford, but they want to look nice. So I think everyone, I get inspired. A lot of foreign journalists, media, television ask me that when you are doing your collection, what do I said? I go around all around Bangladesh or wherever I am in India by road. Okay, I see all these beautiful ladies. They're wearing purple with like green. Like purple, like aubergine color. I mean, the color combination, the way you go in Rajasthan by road, you will see the things. It's absolutely incredible. Northeast, that area. So I get my inspiration from the village people looking at the thing. Bangladesh is a delta. My favorite season is monsoon. Can you see the shades of green? I mean, God. So everything, I'm not in a Paris or London or Milano that confuse. I'm doing something you can see. Even if you don't like, you can see that is Bibi Russell's work. That is important.
Amazing, amazing. All right. So now we will go to our next section, which is off the
Okay.
topic. All right. And in off the topic, my question to you will be, as a female entrepreneur,
Hmm.
is it difficult to operate?
Mm, uh, one thing, Pratik, my parents never. I'm not scared of anything except snake. My parents taught me to have respect. I know what to get my right. Of course, as a human being doing this work, I'm doing crafts and making people understand what is handloom, because flooded with all machine made things, and they are saying, they are cheaper. So it is a difficult thing to make people understand. I don't know any nation. I stayed in many countries. I don't think French will not buy anything French. They only buy foreign things. We have a habit of buying other things, not appreciate our own. That is difficult.
Get it. Now, before I get to my next question, I want to know another thing. That obviously, for you, probably it was not as difficult as others because you have a different attitude, and since the lingos of India, so you have a different dashan. So, Apu, from where do you get this
No, I
attitude?
can tell you one thing, Pratik, please let me say. What is difficult for me, which is I'm facing, even I said other day, a month ago, I will change my name. I will make myself half. When people do well in other country, when they come back with by car. I stay in a rented apartment. I put everything for my work. But people think, that is one mistake maybe I have done in my life. I thought I make my name, then come back. That name, people think Bibi Russell don't know anything. Whether the bank loan, oh, why she need it? Why? How come she's successful model? She didn't come and buy a house in Gulshan. She doesn't go in a Mercedes car. My name become my problem, which is very sad. Not in village level, not in the with the crafts people, with the educated people who thinks, "Are Bibi, That is one thing. That is the only, I should have come back much earlier, not wait to, you know, people to know Bibi, which is outside Bangladesh, no problem. Here is a problem, my name. Are Bibi Russell? Oh, they think I do all these things because it's fashion or something. Could you imagine? Like, if I want a loan, something, so many things that I'm so fed up that other day I told that I will change I wish I could change my name. That is the problem. Because
Okay.
I'm not a celebrity. They think that, oh, sometimes people ask me, like in office, they want to do a picture. Media come. I said, do it. They said, oh, but like this, you don't put lipstick. Don't. I said, I did a job. I made money. I think you should do as I am, but not like looking like But they think that, how come people know her? What is she? She's the most ugliest thing. What name? How come she doesn't have 5 houses? This is what made people think if you have a name, you have to be like this. That's
Apu,
the
I
only.
guess you are one of the coolest, personality that I have ever met. I mean, somebody who can walk so confidently and with so much of, style, wearing
That's why,
things,
Pratik,
which are so
I don't.
indigenous.
I hardly mix up. I know who are my strength, what I want to do. I spend my time with. I enjoy every moment. That I just said. That is the only created by elite society. Sorry.
All right. I guess I'm sure with time that will change because one thing I truly believe, Apu, that,
When
you are much, much ahead of your
when
time.
when it will change? When? I'm already in Bangladesh since '94. Okay, next question.
All right. Okay. Apu, your suggestion to future entrepreneur.
I think future entrepreneur depend what you want to be. If you want to be a designer, I'm a creative person. I love everything, which is nice. I'm not saying that আমি আন্দোলন করছি না যে তোমরা মেশিন মেড কাপড়. I don't do it. My choice of life, I support the craftspeople. But what you want to do, you should be focused. You should do your research and do. There is a market for everyone. I'm talking for designer. Look, I lived in Italy. How many designers are there? In much population, much less. And everyone, I haven't heard Armani saying bad things about Versace or Valentino. Every designer have their market, but you have to know. And please, please, fashion has a grammar. You have to know. And you have to have your own handwriting. Like my favorite designer is Isiniake. I don't have to see the label. Looking at, like, reading, আমরা যদি রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীত আর নজরুল শুনে আমরা কিন্তু বলে দিব এটা রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীত, এটা নজরুল, আমাদের মধ্যেও আছে. In that case, I want to tell my fashion icon is Ravi Thakur. I did my first collection sitting in. I have seen all the pictures of Ravi Thakur black and white. I mean, he was the most stylish person, still most stylish person.
All right. Okay. So now we will go for a rapid fire, Apu.
Okay.
So, Apu, your favorite hobbies?
My favorite hobbies. Uh, I believe Shongit is Jibon, life. I listen to music all the time. All the time, even when I'm working.
Okay. Okay. Apu, do you watch television serials?
Oh, no, I've never watched. God, everyone, even the villagers, they watch now serial. No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
With all the
So,
respect of the serial artists, I don't watch. I don't have time.
all right. So, would you give any message to senior citizens how to stay as cool like as you? Cool like Bibi Russell?
Well, I want to tell the senior citizen, I still, whoever alive, my parents' friends, they're my friends. I make them motivate. I think you have to enjoy your life. There is no senior citizen. I don't think myself as a senior
You are
citizen.
21.
I get so upset when the television news or message after 55 that you will have corona, this, that. People call me and I said, don't, I switch off the telephone. Please, please don't say. Everyone, as a young kid, as a middle-aged, everyone has a life. Senior citizen, should enjoy your life. You are mature. You have seen so much. I have seen so much in my life that which I am treasuring. I am enjoying. Have fun. Smile. Enjoy what you want to do.
Amazing, amazing. Okay. So please rate, according to you, top five fashion conscious countries.
First, Bengal. Okay. Second, fashion conscious, Bengal. That means Bangladesh, West Bengal. That Bengalis are very conscious, fashionable. তারপর fashion conscious, because I grew up in England. I love certain English fashion. And then Italian, Spanish, German.
Okay.
Not German, sorry, Japan.
Apu, please choose one food item, pizza or panta bhat.
Absolutely Pantabat.
I knew this, that this is going to be the answer. All right. So, your quick advices to the students who want to learn fashion or become a supermodel.
I would say that if you want to learn fashion, you have to know which fashion you want. What kind of fashion. Decide and what you want to do with your fashion. Everyone doesn't have to do like me I'm doing. You can do fashion in many ways. You can do, but what fashion? You have to know your fabric, colors, and all this. And models, I don't think you should think you want to be a supermodel. First, be a model. Then supermodel. People don't say, Bibi, we don't have any certificate that supermodel. People know us and go there. But if I did modeling and think first thing my aim, I have to be a super, that's wrong. First be a model, then people will say, wow, this girl is super, she's fantastic supermodel. Don't think you want to be. Yes, you want to be successful model. Supermodel is title is given by, it's not that you give exam, you are first division, 80%, 100%. People tell you this girl is fantastic, like actor, actress. For me, I have seen all the pictures of Suchitra Uttam. For me, no one is more beautiful than Suchitra Sen. Okay? Then, other day, I saw, how many times I saw Megheda Katara. Okay? But for me, that's one of the best. No? Then, Jol Shaghar. Then many film. Satyajit Ray, Minal, many. But it's audience. It's people will say, that is a supermodel. If I want to be, my aim, want to be a very good model, so people recognize. Oh, supermodel title is, don't know. Tell me.
Okay. All right. Apu, if you are being made the textile and jute minister of Bangladesh, what would be your top three priorities?
I don't want to be a minister. I'm doing a work without being a minister. So my priorities will be not being a minister. My priorities big. Our Bangladesh is Sonar Bangla, the golden thing of jute. Okay, So there is so many diversified. We need to have our research. We need to have give them the confidence that jute growers what we can make. New design has to be diversified design. And textile, I would like more people to help the weavers. You just had 7th of August, the Handloom Day National. I wish we had something like this. So people, young generation has to know what is handloom. So give more, not everyone has to, but more emphasis. If we think about Bengal, we think about handmade fabrics. Think about that time during British Raj, Mughal period, we made a piece of fabric called muslin, which could go 1 meter. Why we cannot make it like this? So more research, facilities to do more research, encourage young people to be in this profession.
What are the scopes in fashion education in this part of the world?
I think
Do
there
we
are
have
many.
adequate facility to teach it?
Uh, there are many, because fashion become like a fashion. Sorry, sustainable become a fashionable word. But you know that I went to a college where I learned fashion. Now, anyone who's sitting around, they're going to teach fashion. No, you cannot. Can you imagine? Some artists go to the fashion school, they could art. My favorite, one of my favorite artists is Picasso. I have seen everything of Picasso, even south of France. Picasso being a teacher of fashion because he's a fantastic artist. Or John El Abedin Bhai, Kamrul Abedin Bhai. So I think that is very important. Who is teaching? Teaching is very important, very, very important. I'm lucky to have wonderful teachers.
Apu, there are so many people watching us live at the moment, and
Right.
there is flood of like, love, care, all the emojis,
No. Read
and
some more messages. I would like to
yes,
know.
yes, yes.
Morgan.
I'm just getting into that. Oh my God, there are so many. Let me start reading them. Okay. Abdullah Hamid writes, proud of Bangladesh. Then Nipa Zaman writes, বাংলাদেশের গর্ব আমাদের বিবি আপা. Then engineer Sarfaroz Khan writes, আপনি শুধু আমাদের গর্ব নয়, আপনি শেখালেন নিজস্ব সংস্কৃতি কিভাবে অন্তরে ধারণ করতে হয়. Then Muhammad Shariat Ullah writes, from my childhood, I grew up by learning that Bibi Russell is the only Bangladeshi international model and still believe in her excellency for respecting our country people. I love her philosophy of life. Pradeep Rai writes, we are proud of you. Ruplekha Chaudhary from Chennai writes, it is so inspiring to get such profound thoughts from you. Muhammad Shariatullah writes, okay, he probably corrected one spelling. Then engineer Sarfaroz Khan again writes, আপনি আমাদের সংস্কৃতির দূত. Then okay, I see Atia Haq Sunni write, okay, Assalamu alaikum. There is a long message from Shobboshachi Sarkar of Dhaka. He writes 2011, around 10 o'clock, a tall lady was standing with few others in just down of Bibi Russell showroom, Dhanmondi, and suddenly I noticed she is none other than Miss Bibi Russell. I stopped there, and I tried to talk with her. I tried to talk with her, and she was so amazingly talked with me and asked me about myself. Only because of her greatness made her today the biggest brand, Bibi Russell.
Thank you.
Then this one is from, okay. Uh, Muhammad Shariat Ullah wrote, "You shouldn't tell her business person. She's creative." Yes, indeed, she's creative. And what I respect about her is that, being creative, she also uh, pitches for sustainable fashion, which is the most important thing. Uh, Then Rupon Faisal, right? বিবি আপা, আমাদের গর্ব, আমাদের শক্তি, আমাদের পজিটিভ বাংলাদেশ। অনেক শুভকামনা রইল আপনার জন্য। আপা বেঁচে থাকুন অনন্তকাল। Um, then I see
Thank you,
another
Rupon.
comment from uh, Shahina Akhtar says, wonderful thought. Then there are comments from Muhammad Noor Alam, then Ashrafi, Jinia, Joita, then Tasmia Siddiqui writes, love you, Bibi Appa. Then Runi Ahmed sends a love emoji. Nanda Roy Mujumdar, my sincere regards to Bibi Russell. Then Shem Rizwana, অনেক ভালোবাসা বিবি আপার জন্য। There is a comment from Real Bank and Army. Hello. Then Tariq Al Hassan, বিবি আপা প্রচন্ড ভালো একটা মানুষ, এত হাম্বল আর এত ভালো মানুষ, কেউ তার সাথে না মিশলে কেউ তার সাথে না মিশলে বুঝবে না। Exactly. Then Sheikh Azad Rehman, best wishes, Pratik Tarafdar Adda. Thank you. Uh, Thank you so much. Then Tanzila Elma writes, you are our pride, Bibi Appa. Every time I listen to you, I get inspired. So much to learn from you. Indeed, she is inspiration to so many people. And obviously, I think this episode of Education Adda with Pratik would be um, a kind of an asset to YouTube and all the social media. Whoever refers to this video later in future would get a mind full of lot of wisdom, which are not so easily available otherwise. Then Okay. Ruplekha Chaudhary again writes, it's really heartening to know about your work and efforts in uplifting the lives of Bangladeshi workers. I have only known about the misery of Bangladesh workers, but the immense impact of your work will run down generation. Hats off to you. And here I'd like to tell Ruplekha, her work is not limited to Bangladesh only. She does some fascinating work in India. She does a lot of work with the Khadi weavers and weavers of Rajasthan. And she has done some fantastic work in West Bengal with Lilua Home inmates there, and launched a brand called Bengali. And I remember those last exchanges of messages when sometimes she's in Sri Lanka, sometimes she's in Telangana. So she
This
is
is
doing
the
it with
first time I'm
weavers
not
of.
moving, not even going to the villages. I can't wait. Then you will see a big smile. You know?
Right, right. Appa, there are so many messages. I will read few more if your time permits. Uh,
Yes, yes, please.
Farhana Rupa says, I found myself extremely lucky that I got to know her closely. The most amazing and humble person I have ever came across. Uh, then Engineer Sarfaraz Khan says, ভুলবেন না আমাদের Israt Jahan Sheila writes, I love her thoughts. I think we so I mean it will go on and on. Appa, there are so many messages.
Anyway,
Apu,
thank you
one thing I
so
forgot to
much,
ask you.
everyone. I'm absolutely overwhelmed and much touch. আপনাদের খালি আমার জন্য একটু দোয়া করেন, একটু ভালোবাসা, যাতে সবকিছু ঠিক হয়, আমি গ্রামে যেতে পারি। যে মেয়েটা সারাক্ষণ গ্রামে গ্রামে ঘুরে আজকে 1.5 বছর যেতে পারছে না, বাট ইনশাল্লাহ। আর আমার জন্য একটু দোয়া করেন, কেন আমার শরীরটা বেশি ভালো না, তবুও হাসছি, তবুও মানে আমি অনেক এক্সাইটেড বিকজ প্রতীক, ওয়াই আই এম এক্সাইটেড আই ওয়ান্ট টু টেল ইউ। সরি বাংলায় বলছি, ইংলিশে বলছি, সবাই যাতে বুঝতে পারে যে
100%.
আপনি you invited me for an education program because a lot of people don't know my main aim is education and health through my work and of course sustainable living. মানে আমি when I go to the villages, আমি যখন গ্রামে যাই, month for month আমি বসে কি করি, আমি মেক শিওর করি যে এরা মানে ওদের বাচ্চাদের পড়াশোনা করায়, ওদের বুঝাই, তোমাদের আজকে মিডলম্যানদের কাছে হাত বাঁধা, you know, because you are not educated. And I told you, আমরা we grew up reading Begum Rokeya. For me, Begum Rokeya, a word which is our given by our honorable Prime Minister, which is absolutely for health and education. But basically, I'm a designer, but I could see vision that through fashion you could make development. Of course, every country needs designers, but you have to know what you want to do. Okay.
Amazing. Apu, Tanzila Ilma writes, always do pray for your good health with a love sign. So definitely there are prayers from across the world for your good health. And
Thank
Apu,
you.
just one very interesting part of your journey. I was very surprised to see. First, I was little confused. Looks like Bibi Russell, but is she the one? Because I knew that she is the costume designer for this movie Monir Manush, and you ended up acting as well. So how did that
Yeah,
happen?
that don't tell me this. I didn't know I had to act because last moment I had to do it. But anyway, I did it. No complaint, but
And you did
I
it.
did
You
it
did it
because
so well.
Gautam Da asked me to do the costume and other things. I was happy to do it. লালনের উপর কাজে আমার
Yeah.
বলাই আছে, কিছু কিছু স্টোরি করলে আমি করে দেব, বাট অ্যাক্টিং মানে ওটা ছিল না আমার প্ল্যানে।
There is
বাট
one comment which I just now noticed, that I must read. It's so nice. আমরা জানি কবি চাই না দান, কবি চায় অঞ্জলি। আপনি আমাদের সংস্কৃতি জগতের কবি, আপনি আমাদের অঞ্জলি গ্রহণ করুন।
থ্যাংক ইউ অনেক ধন্যবাদ ভাই, দোয়া করেন। এটাও বলতে
Okay.
চাই, প্রতীক, I want to tell this too. When this pandemic started, no, 2020 early, I had a very important trip for that is also for sustainable development in Philippines. I was responsible fashion. I was one of the main speaker. When I came back, like end of February, beginning of March, I saw everyone trying to tell me, you want to move from Bangladesh. Then I realized, Pratik, that there is something going to happen. First thing I did, I had a shop, only one shop. I closed down that because I wanted my team. I had to pay a lot of rent. Doesn't matter if I don't have a shop, it doesn't change my life. I make sure with that money, during that time till today, I'm paying all my team because my team is part of me and they are not come from rich families. And then I start, because you know that I have facilities for medical and everything because of my certain recognition. In Bangladesh, if I'm sick, I'm absolutely alone. I'm loved by only people who take care of me, my team, and every day hundreds of craftspeople. I cannot go to Apollo or all this. I would not spend that much money for myself. But could you imagine? I would leave Bangladesh this time when the craftspeople need me more than anything in the world, because I know what they are going through. But I have done sitting at home, office, whichever time I could go. I've done so much research. So I want to tell your program is education. In my age, I have learned every day new things. How to do this, how to recycle, upcycle, don't make pollution, don't do that. I didn't, can you imagine? You know very well. I have, forget about Europe. In Indian designer, I know everyone. Sabasati, Rohit Bal, all this. Do you think, have you ever seen me copying anyone? Can you imagine? How could I copy someone in my profession? That respect our people have to do. They shouldn't copy other. You are wearing that gamcha, no? I'm wearing a gamcha. Oh, your one is red and white. I like that. That should inspire me, stay here. But I'm not stupid enough to copy exactly that and put Bibi Russell. You understand? This is
Yeah.
something very, very, very important. You know, I know so many of Picasso's, just the sketch, which I could do it. But, and put Bibi Russell. Do you think I will die? I will not giving you, this energy. You should respect other people. We are just flooded with copying each other and this and that. Any beautiful thing should inspire you, not to make you copy.
Apu, one very emotional message I must read. Uh,
Okay.
this is a message from Muhammad Shariat Ullah. He
বলেন
says,
ভাই।
যোগ্য মর্যাদা দিতে পারি নাই আপনাকে আমরা, কিন্তু আপনি সৃষ্টিশীল বোদ্ধাদের হৃদয়ের সব সময় থাকবেন প্রজ্জ্বল নক্ষত্র হয়ে। I think
অনেক
that's a very touching
ধন্যবাদ ভাই।
message.
দোয়া করেন,
I,
অনেক ধন্যবাদ। আমার এনার্জি, I just want you, nothing I want you to give me, pray for me so I have this energy. I really, really want to see that I can go second step on the ladder. I could give them, these people who make me have my dream, happen my dream. I want to give them that satisfaction. What I feel.
Salman Farshi writes, you are such an inspiration, Appa. Love sign. Roma Rehman Drishti writes, ma'am, I love you. After so long, আমি আপনাকে দেখলাম.
Thanks to
So,
Pratik that আমাকে দেখলেন.
I must tell viewers that, we couldn't have had a better celebration of our 6th year into operations. So I'll just take a minute to talk about India Educates, that we are a Kolkata headquartered organization. We counsel students for career advice and admission advice. And we started our journey 6 years back on this day in Bangladesh, Dhaka, the Daily Star building. The representative, that is the first Secretary of Education of that time, Mr. Jishnu Prasanna Mukherjee, came and inaugurated our journey there. It's been 6 years. We have placed many Bangladeshi students in various Indian leading institutions. And pandemic has definitely, as APA is restricted there, I am restricted here. So I have not been to Bangladesh. I miss my, going to various places of Bangladesh. And a lot of friends in Bangladesh tell me,
It will be okay. It will be okay. Come.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to tell you
absolutely.
one
It
thing.
will be
On
okay.
your anniversary, uh, my father, my mother used to say, I'm very lucky for other people. I think this day I will be your good luck. You will do after this pandemic, you will go and you have all
Apu,
my prayers, God blessings.
thank you so much, Apu. You were such a sweetheart.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so obviously next time I hope when I go to Bangladesh you are in Bangladesh, because
Of course,
considering if the borders
if
are
everything
open.
is okay, okay, I will be. I have stayed in Dhaka. I have never stayed in Dhaka. I live in a small apartment. I think that every wall, I don't have like rich people, big garden, big this, that. So, only thing I am using my brain. I have learned many research. I have learned to be digital. But when everything is normal, hopefully very soon, I will be going
Uh,
around, but
Apu, one
please,
very
please,
important
please.
question.
Yes.
Uh, Israt Jahan Sheila writes, uh, মিস আপনার কালেকশন গুলো কোন ওয়েবসাইটে পাবো, অনুরোধ থাকলো সাজেস্ট করুন।
তা আমাদের নিজেদেরই ওয়েবসাইট আমরা এখনো করাই নাই, কেন থেমে আছে, কেন এই সময় আমার পয়সা দিয়ে অনেক কিছু, আই নিড টু হ্যাভ মাই রিসোর্সেস হেল্পিং আদার পিপল, সো উই ডোন্ট হ্যাভ আ ওয়েবসাইট, we have Instagram, Facebook, online sell, Bibi Russell, you can find it.
And I see your masks are very, very fashionable. I have
Yes.
seen that you have come up with a
We
wonderful
do
line of
all the
collection.
photography by ourselves and everything. I put everything, everything we do it because we don't have extra money to give it to the photographer to do this, that. I have learned and I have taught my people there. I have a team. Pratik, you must come my office. I have a team which is just wonderful, wonderful.
I,
Every
I have
member.
visited your BB Productions, that store
No,
that you closed.
office. No,
Yeah,
my shop which I closed. But it's nice,
shop.
no,
Right.
my shop
Yeah. So
was
that
nice.
was very nice.
But you come to my office, you will see a positive Bangladesh. You enter, it's like, it makes you feel like, wow, why people
Has to
say
be.
it's
Has
so.
to be.
In
Somebody.
my work, you will never see the misery. You will see the, the beauty I see in poverty. It's everything. It's so nice. People do with so much love and affection. Please come to my office.
Sure, sure. So we have to go towards the end of the show. I would request all our viewers for sharing this video on your Facebook, YouTube, and other medium, through WhatsApp, through other channels. And my sincere thanks to all of you for taking out time for this show. Without your support, engagement, constant comments, this show wouldn't have been so successful. So thanks to all of you. And uh, we are not I am not there, but we are very much there. You can get in touch with me, our team members, through WhatsApp number, which is running at the bottom of the screen. You can visit our website www.indiaeducates.com, and you will get our information, so we can assist you with your psychometric counseling or admission counseling. And yes, one very important thing, that please support our weavers. It's pandemic time, they have less work, they have
You
less
made my
work,
day.
and they need support, they need our support. And with your the uh, superstore dresses, do appreciate the work of our indigenous weavers and craftsmen. They're amazing, and you could be extremely fashionable wearing them, like when whenever I see Bibi Apu's photos, I mean, the first thing, which gets your attention is her glasses. I mean, rickshaw art in a frame. I mean, I guess she was the first one who thought about it, and she looks so
এটা এখন
fashionable.
এত এখানে আমি বলতে চাই এত কপি হচ্ছে বাট নট আর্টিস্ট ডিজিটাল প্রিন্টিং ডিজিটাল থিংস মানে ওকে আই ডোন্ট নো বাট প্রতীক I want to tell you again and again happy anniversary. I'm sure when everything is okay you will rock. আমি লাস্ট কিছু একটা ওয়ার্ড বাংলায় বলি এটা আমাদের অগাস্ট মাস এটা আমাদের জন্য শোকের মাস মানে এরকম একটা ট্র্যাজেডি আমাদের বঙ্গবন্ধু পুরা পরিবার পুরা সবার জন্য শ্রদ্ধা আমি এত সব সুন্দর সুন্দর কমেন্ট সবাই দিয়েছেন মানে কি বলবো আমি আমার আন্তরিক আন্তরিক ভালোবাসা শুভেচ্ছা রেসপেক্ট খালি বলবো একটু মনটা খারাপ ছিল যেহেতু শরীর খারাপ কিন্তু ঠিক করে ফেলেছি আজকে এই প্রোগ্রাম আমি মানে খুব কমই এই কয়দিন প্রোগ্রামে এসেছি আপনাদের আজকে যেটা আমাকে দিয়েছেন দিস স্ট্রেংথ শক্তি আই মিন ইউ মেড মাই ডে থ্যাংক ইউ আপনাদের অনেক এত ভালোবাসা আমি যে বলি যে গ্রামের মানুষ এখন বুঝলাম আপনারাও কিছু আমাকে ভালোবাসেন কাজেই ভালো থাকবেন নিজে নিজে চিন্তাধারা পজিটিভ করবেন সবারই একটা খারাপ সময় যাচ্ছে every profession পজিটিভলি থাকবেন রেসপেক্ট করবেন please try to understand your own culture and heritage culture is more than a museum মানুষের মধ্যে আছে রেসপেক্ট দ্যাট and রেসপেক্ট 5টা কাপড় কিনলে অ্যাটলিস্ট একটা হ্যান্ডমেড কিনুন
আপু আমি আপনার স্ট্রেংথ আরেকটু বাড়িয়ে দিই শেষ করার আগে জয় শঙ্কর লিখছে বিবিদি খুব শিগগিরই দেখা হচ্ছে আর তোমার অফিসে লাইভ কনসার্ট করব তারপরে নাসরা সুলতানা লিখছে বিবি রাসেল ম্যাম প্লিজ হোম ইকোনমিক কলেজে আসবেন ম্যাম আমরা সবাই আপনার জন্য ওয়েট করব
আমি ওই কলেজে পড়েছি আসবো
ইঞ্জিনিয়ার সরফরাজ খান লিখছে আপনার কথাগুলোই গদ্য কবিতা আপনি আবৃত্তি করে যান অর্থাৎ বলে যান সো
অনেক ধন্যবাদ
and he also goes on writing আপনি কেমন করে গাও হে ওসব গুনি probably তুমি কেমন করে গান করো হে গুনি আমি অবাক হয়ে শুনি কেবল শুনি that's what he wanted to mean that's very nice of you and my sincere thanks to all of you who have written such wonderful comments so do support Bibi Productions and do support us and আর নতুন করে আমার মনে হয় সাম আপ করার কিছু নেই
আমি লাকি চাম আমি অন্যের জন্য খুব লাকি হোপফুলি আপনারা আমাকে এইবার যাতে তাঁত শিল্প একদম এখানে উঠাতে পারি ইন্ডিয়া বাংলাদেশ উজবেকিস্তান শ্রীলঙ্কা সব থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ প্রতীক থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ দ্যাট
my pleasure
and much touch
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ আর কি বলবো এর চেয়ে ভালো বোধহয় কিছু হতে পারতো না সো থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ and please like our YouTube channel for contents like this and if everything goes fine we might again have Bibi Apu on our show I hope Bibi Apu you won't mind coming again
no
all right and do like our Facebook page that is India Educates Original and do like the page of Bibi Productions because since she is not concentrating on launching the website at the moment so all the
we don't have
product
money to do
available on the page yeah so bolte ekdom mon chaiche na not at all feeling like saying goodbye
inshallah dekha hobe please
absolutely apu apni studio chhede jaben na you stay on I'll end the broadcast I'll talk to you All right. So everyone, goodbye. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Shubharatri.
Thank
Good
you.
night. আবার দেখা হবে।
Shubharatri. Salam. Namaskar.